But another thing that we do that we're really excited about, that we've been doing since I think the late 80s, early 90s, is the Arkansas Voters Guide. There's a copy of it right there. And what we do is it's a nonpartisan voters guide where we send a letter to David Meeks, who's running for state rep, and we give him a list of questions. And what David has to do is he has to respond to that list of survey questions. And it's on a broad range of issues. It's not just social issues. And it kind of runs the conservative gamut, so to speak. And he mails that back to us, and we print that in our voters guide. It's the only voters guide of it like it in the state, and we're pretty proud of it. And we think that it actually opens up the political process a lot more. As a matter of fact, we ran the numbers last election cycle, and 7 out of 10 of the candidates, statistically, who filled out that voters guide won their election. And so, you know, take that for what you will, maybe even with a grain of salt, but it goes out to tens of thousands of people, not only in print, but also online at arkansasvotersguide.com. And so another thing that we do is we put together what are called policy briefs, and I'm directly involved in putting together policy briefs. And this is part of our education and research end of things. And so David Meeks, he proposed a bill last legislative session called the Healthcare Freedom of Conscience Act. And I thought it was appropriate to bring the policy brief that we wrote up for him, since you guys are supporting him and he lives here. But he was great on that. We worked as hard as we could to get that bill passed, but like most good bills of this nature, they died in the Public Health Committee, and there wasn't much we could do about it. But what we do for legislators as a service to legislators is if we support a bill, we write up a policy brief and we say, this is what it does, this is what we like it, please support it. We do the same thing with bad bills. And so we get a pretty good response from legislators when we give those to them and they come back and they say, hey, this was really informative, it goes from point A to point B, it helped me form my opinion on the issue. And so I was involved in writing that up, and the whole office is involved in writing those up. And so